In the shadowy corners of the internet, whispers of a secret government cabal persist. Majestic 12, a shadowy committee tasked with containing the truth about extraterrestrial contact. But is MJ12 a terrifying reality or a masterfully crafted hoax? Dive into the labyrinthine story of leaked documents, flickering evidence, and a relentless chase for the truth that may not exist. Oh, I've been waiting so long to tell this story. Let's get right into it. Welcome to the Lore Chronicles. The year was 1982. The desert wind whispered secrets across the desolate plains of New Mexico, secrets the government desperately wanted buried. A tremor ran through the UFO's research community, a tremor that crystallized into a name, Majestic 12, or MJ12. It sent shivers down the spines of even the most seasoned investigators. Was it a whisper from beyond the veil? A truth too terrible to contemplate? Or a chilling fabrication woven from paranoia? Jamie Shandera, a man with eyes that had seen too much of the unexplained, received a package, innocuous on the outside, but a Pandora's box within. Inside, a roll of film seemingly unremarkable held the key to a rabbit hole that would swallow him whole. When developed, the images that materialized were like a punch to the gut. Stark technical documents outlining Operation Majestic 12. The implications were staggering. A clandestine government committee formed in the ashes of the Roswell incident, tasked with the unthinkable, containing, studying, perhaps even weaponizing extraterrestrial technology. Timothy Good, another name etched in the annals of UFO research, surfaced with similar documents in 1987. They spoke of a committee born in the shadow of the Truman administration, a shadowy cabal wielding power beyond the reach of the public eye. The details were nightmarish: recovered alien spacecraft, reverse-engineered technology, and a chilling plan for first contact. A first contact dictated by the cold calculus of national security. Then came the Cutler-Twining Memo, a document unearthed from the labyrinthine depths of the National Archives. It purported to be an internal communication, a presidential directive establishing MJ12, but a closer look revealed a chilling dissonance. The signature, a grotesque forgery, a phantom of the real Truman signature, reeking of desperation. Cracks began to show in the facade. Now enter Richard Doty, a man shrouded in an aura of mystery, claiming connections to the very organizations that sent chills down spines. He approached filmmaker Linda Moulton Howe, dangling the promise of proof, of documents that confirm the existence of MJ12 and their mission. But the evidence never materialized, just whispers and shadows, a game of smoke and mirrors leaving a trail of doubt. The house of cards began to crumble. The Air Force, their pronouncements usually shrouded in secrecy, declared the documents a hoax. The FBI echoed the sentiment, their stark verdict, completely bogus. Yet, the seeds of doubt remained deeply rooted. Stanton Friedman, a UFO researcher with a steely gaze, refused to accept the official narrative. He clung to the belief that the documents, however flawed, were a desperate attempt to reveal a truth too terrible to acknowledge. Brian Dunning offered a terrifying counterpoint. Perhaps, he posited, the documents were not a whistleblower's cry for help, but a weapon wielded by the very government they sought to expose. A smokescreen, a masterfully crafted distraction to divert attention from something far more sinister. A secret project hidden beneath the fabricated alien threat. The truth about Majestic 12 remains shrouded in uncertainty. Were they the guardians of a terrifying secret, or a phantom conjured by paranoia? The answer hangs in the balance, a reminder that sometimes the most unsettling truths are the ones we create ourselves. The story of Majestic 12 doesn't end with whispers and speculation. A darkness seemed to follow those who dared to delve too deep. Stanton Friedman, the unwavering believer, found himself ostracized by some colleagues, his reputation tarnished by his unwavering adherence to the MJ12 narrative. Linda Moulton Howe, however, forever chasing the elusive truth, reported experiencing threats and intimidation, once again reminding everyone of the power that those in the shadows allegedly wielded. Meanwhile, whispers surfaced about a document known as the MJ-12 Special Operations Manual. It spoke of recovered alien bodies, of telepathic communication, and a chilling contingency plan for a potential alien invasion. But, like the other documents, the manual reeked of fabrication, riddled with inconsistencies and anachronisms. Was it another layer of the hoax? Or, again, a desperate attempt to discredit genuine leaks with outlandish fabrications? The internet, a vast and chaotic landscape, became the new battleground for the truth. Websites and forums dedicated to the MJ-12 saga sprung up like mushrooms after a storm. Debunkers armed with logic and research clashed with believers clinging to hope and fragments of evidence. The lines blurred, the truth obscured by a fog of misinformation. Yet, amidst the chaos, a flicker of hope emerged. Researchers like John Greenwald Jr. delved into the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, relentlessly requesting government documents related to UFO sightings and potential cover-ups. The responses were heavily redacted, frustrating glimpses of a hidden world, but they fueled the fire for the investigation. The story of Majestic 12 is again a labyrinth, a never-ending chase for truth that may or may not exist. It's a cautionary tale about the allure of conspiracy theories that I love, the dangers of confirmation bias, and the chilling realization that sometimes the most effective way to hide the truth is to bury it under a mountain of fabricated evidence. But it's also a testament to the human spirit, the unyielding hunger for knowledge, and the unwavering belief that somewhere, somehow, the truth will finally be revealed. So, that was a dramatization of the events as they have been told through the years. There have been many different retellings and takes on this topic that are all very interesting. We had to choose the most well-known and mainstream for this episode. But now let's look at the facts. The people mentioned are all real people, and their stories? Well, that's up to you to decide. Let's first look at Mr. Shandera. In 1984, Shandera received a package containing film that, when developed, displayed images resembling briefing papers for Operation Majestic 12. This discovery fueled speculation about a secret government committee and became a central piece of the MJ-12 narrative. Shandera went on to appear in documentaries about UFOs and the alleged cover-up of extraterrestrial activity. Timothy Good was a British UFO researcher who surfaced with similar documents detailing MJ-12 in 1987. These documents purported to reveal the formation of a clandestine U.S. government committee tasked with handling the aftermath of the Roswell incident and potential future contact with extraterrestrial life. Good's claims significantly heightened interest in MJ-12 within the UFO research community. Stanton T. Friedman. Now, this is a name that I've heard many times when I've been researching anything in the UFO community. He was a prominent figure in UFO research who remained a vocal proponent of the MJ-12 documents' authenticity. Friedman argued that the documents, despite inconsistencies, were evidence of a government cover-up regarding recovered alien technology and potential extraterrestrial contact. His unwavering belief in MJ-12 led to some disagreements within the UFO research community. Bill Moore, another UFO researcher, a controversial figure associated with the MJ-12 documents. Some researchers, like Stanton Friedman, believed the documents were genuine. Others, like Philip J. Klass, accused Moore of creating a hoax or being part of a disinformation campaign. The ambiguity surrounding Moore's role in the MJ-12 saga continues to fuel debate. Now let's look at Philip J. Klass, a skeptic author. He's a prominent UFO skeptic who meticulously investigated the MJ-12 documents. Klass identified numerous flaws in the documents, including inconsistencies in formatting and the use of a debunked signature. His detailed analysis played a key role in debunking the MJ-12, what he calls hoax. Linda Moulton Howe. If you go on any UFO site, you will see her name pop up all over the place. She's a UFO researcher who investigated the MJ-12 story. She reported experiencing threats and intimidation during the investigation we talked about earlier. Howe maintained an interest in the MJ-12 documents despite them being widely considered a hoax by those debunkers. Do you always agree with the debunkers? I don't know. Richard Doty, a man who approached filmmaker Lyndon Moulton Howell, claimed to have connections to the U.S. Air Force. Doty offered Howell unverified documents about MJ-12 and alien beings, but no promised evidence materialized. Both the FBI and the Air Force later stated that they had no record of Doty's employment. His involvement in the MJ-12 story further muddied the waters and contributed to an atmosphere of suspicion. Now, I'd like to pause on Richard Doty for a moment. His story is interesting. Now, it starts off that he's there debunking all of these UFO stories. They would go to these conferences and things like that, and really making a lot of enemies in the UFO community. And, he's claiming to be this insider that really knows what's going on. Well, time passes, and then he comes out saying that, nope, just kidding. I'm actually kind of a double agent, and all the stories are real. I was just sharing disinformation to try to discredit you guys because that was my job. But I want you to know that it's all real. What are you supposed to believe? Is he an agent? Is he a double agent? Is he a double-double? I don't know. It makes your head spin. What's really the involvement? But then again, those who work in the intelligence community, do they ever stop working in the intelligence community? So we'll look at another skeptic, Brian Dunning, a science communicator and skeptic who offered an alternative explanation for the MJ-12 documents. Dunning proposed that the documents might have been a deliberate disinformation tactic by the U.S. government to deflect attention from other activities. Then you have John Greenwald, a researcher who used the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, to request government documents related to UFO sightings and potential cover-ups. While the responses were often heavily redacted, again, that we talked about earlier, Greenwald Jr.'s efforts highlighted the ongoing public interest in UFO phenomena and the limitations of government transparency. If you keep trying to hide something, it makes people think that you're trying to hide something. I need to say that there are a lot of interesting documents that exist on the internet that deal with Majestic 12. You do a basic search and you'll see all kinds of things, some things by the FBI and other departments that are out there, and it's very interesting. It was a chore to go through them and pick the very best ones to summarize. There are so many other stories that we intend on telling on this channel that have a shared connection to MJ-12. Now that we've opened this can of worms, we intend on pouring out as much as we can in the future. I hope you join us. Now tell me your thoughts. Did this secret government organization actually exist? Does it still exist to this day? Or is it just a well-orchestrated false flag intended to deceive? Let me know what you think. I look forward to reading them all and responding to as many as possible. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and we'll see you next time.